Hello, everybody, and welcome to my brand new Ghost of Tsushima completionist playthrough. Um, this is the announcement video for the playthrough, and a couple of things. First of all, the this is a playthrough that I spent over 2 years recording. I recorded it, recorded a ton of episodes in a row, or like all in the same kind of few months. Took a break, came back for a little bit, and then took a 13-month break, and then finished off the rest. Um, it's 166 episodes long, so it's a pretty long playthrough. The hour special is actually over an hour, but because of that massive like gap, you may have already suspected it. The first episodes are broadcasts, so the quality is not as good as the last 60 or so episodes. Um, but still, the I feel like this is one of the better playthroughs I've done. I did age restrict the video because of the topics covered. I'm sure YouTube would get on my case if I didn't age restrict it. And also, I call it a completionist playthrough. I didn't do any Legends mode. Reason being, on the final episode 166, when I got the Platinum Trophy, I got a little Chiron that said that you'll see like way in the future. That I felt was like, you know what? That makes it sound like this is the perfect place to stop and call it a completionist playthrough. So it is technically completionist in that I went to platinum, but it's not a full completionist. I didn't get all the vanity kit gears, or like the vanity styles, and I didn't get all of the legends mode. I do play through the Iki Island DLC in this. And this was actually my first run through the DLC, and I've got to say I thought it was a very good DLC. Um, Now, in terms of why I'm releasing this now, mainly it was just because I hadn't finished the completionist playthrough. I don't know as of this recording when Ghost of Yotei is coming out, except that it's still slated to release in 2025. I think that means it's probably going to come out in the second half of 2025. Do I think it's going to come out around the time of when this playthrough releases? Maybe. And I have no idea whether it's going to be good or bad. I do plan to eventually play Ghost of Yotei, but right now, my looking at my finances for the year, I don't know if I'll be able to afford it. Um, that music is just so good. I love the music in this game. But I figured this was the perfect time to release this. Ghost of Yotei is coming out around now. Feels really good to kind of relive the nostalgia. I mean, this is one of the best games of the 2020s so far, and there have been some bangers. God of War Ragnarok, Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring. This game really does rank up there. And I mean, I just had a blast with it. It's gonna be my usual commentary style, which I know is kind of crappy, but please bear with me on it. And in terms of when this will be released, episodes will come out every single day at 8 a.m. PST. I haven't started scheduling videos yet. I normally wait till after I've recorded the playthrough announcement video, but before I begin, just saying right now, if my numberings are totally correct, it's 166 episodes, so it's going to be quite the playthrough. And I put a lot of effort into these videos, doing my best. But I will admit I was more focused on the story than the difficulty of the gameplay, so it is an easier difficulty mode. It took me about 68 hours to play through the whole thing, so just showing off kind of the amount of time I put into it. Um, for anyone who's wondering, okay, what comes next, because you're a psycho planner, you normally put like you normally are already talking about what playthrough you have next. Well, for the longest time I've mentioned it kind of in passing and casual. I mentioned it a bit more seriously in a prior playthrough, which I want to say was the Luke the Savior playthrough. I do, or maybe Lost Eidolons. I do have a 191 episode playthrough of Rogue Trader that ended when I got soft locked that I've wanted to release. Even though it's not a full playthrough of the game, I still put a ton of effort into it, and I feel like it is one of my better playthroughs, and I also really enjoyed Rogue Trader. So after this playthrough goes through all 166 episodes, which is going to take a very long time, um, I will release that Rogue Trader playthrough right after. There'll be an announcement video, and then it'll go right through. There'll probably be like an accompanying Fortnite video, and I'm actually gonna, fun fact, record that announcement video right after this one. And that is going to, between Ghost of Tsushima Completionist and Rogue Trader, that's gonna be almost an entire year's worth of content right there. So yeah, I've got a lot of content planned in this slot between Ghost of Tsushima and Rogue Trader. I might throw a couple of Fortnite replays in from here from time to time, but most likely also I may not. I'm not really sure about that. And I want to apologize in advance. I'm still struggling with my stupid controllers and the mute features on PS5. Well, actually just PS5 controllers in general. So my commentary is pretty fragmented, not the best. But hey, you don't come here for the good commentary, I imagine. In terms of how I would rate this game, I would probably, like, for Ghost of Tsushima, I would probably say it's my version of a 5-star game. Now, no game's going to be perfect, and there are definitely things I take issue with in Ghost of Tsushima, like the cape clipping, or the armor clipping, and the Mongol patrols even after you, quote-unquote, liberate the island. But all that being said, this is, in my opinion, a 5-star game. 5-star game for me is a game that I'm engrossed in from start to finish. It doesn't feel tedious to continue doing quests, and I'm asking a lot of questions about the story and wanting to learn more. And I want more. And yeah, I would really have loved to have seen a sequel to Jin's story, but at the same time, I also think that a sequel to Jin's story could potentially cause some issues. It might turn some people off, whereas leaving his fate open-ended, leaving what happens next open-ended, is very, very, very compelling. And I really think the writers did a great job with this story. I would highly recommend this game if you haven't played it yet. I do think it's absolutely stupid that it's a PS5 console exclusive. I'm glad they finally released it to PC, but it took them way too long. Sony should have released this simultaneously Xbox and PC. I think the whole thing of console exclusives, that whole idea, is just anti-consumer and bull. It just is. All it does is harm the consumer. You're not going to make extra money because more people aren't going to go, you know what, I'm going to buy a PlayStation just to play $300 worth of games. I'm going to spend $500. No, they're just not. It's a stupid business model, and all it does is harm the consumer. So yeah, with that said, the first episode will come out tomorrow, and I believe, I am doing a New Game Plus playthrough, so there won't be like a giant intro. It'll just be going straight in to where you would be after, I think it's right before you face Koten Khan on the bridge. And then just going straight into it. I mean, literally the first assassination is in episode 2, I believe. And the way I tried to run things for the most part was I tried to do a quest, a episode, and then, like, especially in the tail end, I would do like a tail, and then I'd do a bunch of exploration. I may not have gotten all the vanity gear, may not have done the Legends mode. I did get all of the artifacts and records on both Iki and Tsushima, and I did get a platinum. I did platinum the game. So yeah, and like I said, I had an absolute blast with this game, and I hope you guys really enjoy this playthrough. So thank you guys all for listening to this rambling. I'm sorry I don't really have scripts for these. Probably should. And yeah, hopefully it's my prayer to the future. Ghost of Yotei was actually pretty good. Anyways, see you all tomorrow with episode 1.